All right, it's time now for Retirement Ready, brought to you by Fidelity Investments. The Secure Act has passed in the House and the Senate this week. President Trump is expected to sign it into law. This is the biggest retirement bill to be approved since the Pension Protection Act of 2006. And joining us now to discuss what this means for your retirement heading into 2020 is IRAhelp.com founder Ed Slott. So Ed, just give us the overview here of what you see in the Secure Act and what people need to know about how this changes their retirement picture.
Well, it's a lot of trimming around the edges, but there's something in here that affects everyone with a retirement account. But the biggest effect will be not on the retirees, but on their beneficiaries. One of the big items in here is the elimination of the so-called stretch IRA. That means under current law, if you named a beneficiary, say a young child or grandchild, they could stretch or extend distributions over their lifetime, 50, 60, 80 years even in some cases. So lots of people with IRAs and 401ks took advantage of that by naming younger beneficiaries. Well, if they don't die in a couple of weeks, after 2020, that deal is gone and replaced with a 10-year rule. So that changes a lot of the estate planning. No longer is an IRA a good estate plan because all of the tax will be bunched 10 years within 10 years after death, unless it's a Roth IRA. So for those people that want to leave more to their children, they may be better off looking more at Roth IRAs. That may mean paying some tax now at today's great low brackets and moving it into Roth IRAs, maybe a series of smaller annual conversions over many years. This way, at death, the children or grandchildren, they still have to clean out in 10 years, but at least it's all tax-free. Mm-hmm. Some of the other changes around the edges, they've raised the age to take what's called required minimum distributions. You guys heard of that. That used to be 70 and a half years old for years, decades. Now they made it all the way up to, ready for it, 72. That was the big change.
And
on that, well, to me, that's why I say
Yeah,
go ahead.
On that point, this is kind of something that I would expect, I guess, goes higher in the future. I'm only 30. Am I going to be looking at RMDs hitting 80 by the time I get there?
Who knows? Who knows what it'll be? But it's a small change now, but it does benefit people. They can wait till 72 now. The biggest benefit there is they finally got rid of that 1/2 year. You know how many seniors were confused by that? They didn't know if they were 70 or 71. They didn't even know when they turned 70 and a half, which life expectancy they should use. So they finally got rid of all of that confusion. So that's a big deal. But the age 72, so you can defer taking required minimum distributions for another year or two. Also, they removed the age limit for contributing to a traditional IRA. It used to be after age 70 and a half, you could no longer contribute to a traditional IRA. Now you can. So they removed that 70 and a half age limit. You can contribute at any age as long as you have earnings. But I would say anybody still working after 70 and a half might still be better off with a Roth IRA. A deduction may not be worth as much if your income isn't very large. So there are some benefits there. They also added benefits for annuities, lifetime income option. That was the big item in the law through 401ks. They could always have them before, but now the employers that offer them will be relieved of responsibility. They call it a safe harbor. Mm-hmm. They're free from liability protection in case something goes wrong with these things. So I would say people that are going to use these annuities and 401ks, and the reason they have them and they want to promote them is a good reason. People need lifetime income. You don't really see that much in the way of pensions. That's what these things are. But I would say to anybody listening, if you're going to do that through your 401k, you'd better get your own financial advisor, somebody that's an advocate for you. Don't just take whatever the employer is offering. Yep. Get somebody that's working for you that has your best interest in mind.
All right, Ed Slott, great stuff as always. Have a great holiday. We will talk to you in the new year.
Okay, thanks.